Hey guys, it's me, Coco Blooms, and I'm here with you to make some spaghetti. If you guys know what time it is in real life it's 4:45 a.m. So sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, whether it's because I gotta go to the bathroom, whether it's just like I had a dream or a nightmare, whether God said get up and read your Bible. In this case, it's a little different. My aunt is in the hospital and she is extremely sick. And she has two daughters, my cousins, and I don't know. I just woke up and I'm like, all right, I gotta call my cousin Jazz. So I've been up, talked to Jazz for a little bit, was on Ipsy for a little bit. I went to my Bible and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go back to it. Was it the right thing? Not too sure, but I know I couldn't go back to sleep. And I know I don't have lunch for today. So I'm like, let me get up, might as well get up. Make the spaghetti, and because I run children's church on Sundays, I don't get to hear the main word, so I'm playing the main word right now. My pastor's in a series that's called I Didn't Sign Up for This, and he's on part 2, so I'm going to be listening to that just to be fueled and poured into, because I definitely feel like I need that. So these are the ingredients that I use for my spaghetti. I have ground turkey. I'm going to cut some pieces of turkey sausage to go in there. I have green pepper, red pepper, and onions. Usually when I make the meat, I put a little tomato paste and water in there just as like a base. And then I have chunky tomato, basil, and garlic. Now what I will tell you is, for a while, tomato sauce was hurting my stomach. Like, I would get heartburn all the time. Like, let me stay away from it. However, last week I had some spaghetti at the community center. I was like, this is delicious. And they told me just to put a little sugar in it to get rid of the acidity. So we see how that works. And I have eggs. It's not for the spaghetti. I actually was in between spaghetti for lunch and then salad for dinner, or vice versa. But I like to have boiled eggs in my salad. So I'm like, let me put that on. So let's get started. So one thing my dad told me a while ago was, I used to always put hot water in the pot, like, why this ain't boiling? He was like, it's gonna take longer to boil because it's already hot. It may be common sense or basic science knowledge, but science ain't my thing. Math, give me a math problem. Science is not it, give me a math problem. So I'm gonna put some water in here for my eggs, put some water in here for my pasta. To turn the word off because I feel like I wasn't paying attention, and I like to take notes. So I'm going to put one of my favorite YouTubers on, either Daquana or Sarah Ray. I love both of them. Both of them inspired me to start my own channel. Like, just go for it. Just go for it. The subscribers would come. Monetization would come. Just have fun at what you enjoy. Faith, fashion. That's because it's 4-something in the morning. Faith, fashion, fun, and family, and friends. All the good positive F's. Positive F's. This was not a good idea. I probably should have read my Bible with this one. I forgot I have a pineapple I bought. Still need to cut it. So we're going to wait for the water to boil for the pasta. And I am going to cut my peppers and onions first. As I told you in the last video, I'm not saying I'm an expert with cutting. All you need is a knife and a cutting board, and you make it do what it do. And it's always so much easier when I'm cooking for myself. So who gonna judge me? And when my friends do come over, they enjoy. So one of the ways I have saw on YouTube how to cut it is to cut around and then take this out. I'm about to rinse it out, get all seeds, and then to cut. It says you get more pepper this way. Okay, so before I finish cutting this green pepper and the rest of the pepper and onions, I'm going to have this ground turkey on so it can be cooking at the same time. So when I cook my ground turkey, I might have my handy dandy olive oil. I'm going to turn my pan on. And I give it some generous sprays. Then I simply open the ground turkey. Sometimes I season it when I first put it in there, and sometimes when I season it when it begins to be halfway cooked. Because I need to go get my stool, we'll season it once it's halfway cooked so I can go get the stool. So I'm going to begin to put this ground turkey in there. The fun way is just flip it. Alright, so we got that in there. I'm going to begin to move it around. I know people have special things they use. I'm going to use a spatula. Like it's taking me forever to cut these peppers. Like, what is going on? Then I remembered I have this chopper. So it's gonna make it much easier. However, because it's taking me forever, the meat is practically done. So I need to season it. I think I see my water boiling for the noodles, so I need to get that on. Then I can go back to the peppers and onions because it was just driving me crazy. Besides the knife being dull, it just taking me forever. I know it's because it's early in the morning. So when I thought I was gonna be like, oh, I can get this done, eat spaghetti easy. I'm like, I'm ready to get back in the bed, and there's work today. So let's speed this up. So I'm gonna be using pepper, black pepper, Himalayan pink salt. You gotta have the smoked paprika, maybe a little bit of seasoning salt. Probably not because I already have the pink Himalayan salt. But definitely the garlic powder and the onion powder. And I'm also gonna throw a bit of Italian seasoning and some oregano in there. So we're gonna move this around just a little bit, get those seasonings in there. This is the time, those any chunky pieces you want to break up. That other utensil, I have to order. It's a utensil where people be like, I have to order that. I have to order that. I'm going to put a picture of what I'm talking about. But I need one because it's perfect. It's perfect for this. And we're going to just let that simmer. So the water is boiling. I'm going to put the pasta in there. Some people put salt in their pasta. Some people put oil so it doesn't stick. I just throw it in there. So now we have that cooking. Those peppers really threw me off. But I have my wonderful chopper. I said, I know good and well, I'm not going to have time to cut all these peppers and be on top of work. So I found my chopper. I chose the little squares. That's what I'm going to use to chop this rest of this green pepper, red pepper, and onions. Also, what's so cool about this chopper, it came with all these other things. So depending on how you want to chop it, how big, if you want slices. It's a really cool thing. It's always in the closet. It's not used that often. I'm going to use it more because that was wearing me out cutting those peppers. You lift it. You're going to take your pepper, whatever you're cutting. Place it in there. And you have to go down hard. The first time I was using it, I'm like, this isn't working. But you have to put a lot of pressure on it. A lot of pressure. You're not going to break it. Look how easy this is. It took me forever. It took me forever just to cut this. And this wasn't the whole green pepper. Look how seamless this is. I'm going to finish cutting these peppers. And before I finish cutting the peppers, I'm actually going to pour this sauce in this ground turkey mixture. And it can just simmer. There we go. So we're going to put that on low and just let it simmer. I never know which way you're supposed to have these handles. I know I'm always doing this. I think I'll simmer. That was the alarm that went off. It is 5:25-ish. The time I normally may wake up. But it's okay. We're almost done because we We're using this chopper. This was taking the longest. So I still have to cut the sausage. This takes like 5 minutes. It takes no time at all to cook. I'll be back. All right. We have our pepper. This took me, I don't even know how long it took me to do this, but this took no time. So we're going to pour this into our sauce. I'm going to set this over here. This little bit that's stuck in here, I'm actually going to save it for an omelet. It's going to be delicious. And we're just going to stir this egg. First thing you have to do before everything comes together is to cut the turkey sausage. You can cut it any way you like. I usually just cut it this way. However, we have that chopper. We have that chopper, so maybe we're about to use that chopper. I'll be back. You'll be able to see what I choose, whether I'm going to cut, or use the chopper. That would be good. It'll be a little square in every little bite, so we'll see. Crack it up. I just wanted to see how it would turn out and know. This is probably best for fruit, vegetables. That's about it. So I'm going to just use the kitchen shears so I can have a quick cut because time is moving and there is work today. I hope I don't crash out at the end of the day. I feel like I am. Not crash out in a bad way, but crash out, I'm going to be like exhausted. But it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Let's get this done. Let's get this done. You know what? You know, I'm going to add this to those peppers I was saving for the omelet. And that's going to be a good thing. That's going to be a good joint. That's going to be a good joint. So we're going to have the turkey sausage, the peppers, and the omelet. That's going to be a good joint. Even the kitchen shears aren't working. Let me just get a knife. Much better. So I had to put my hair up because it's like game time. Like, come on. So I have the sausages all cut up. So I'm going to spray a little olive oil in the pan. Let that heat up just for a moment. And then I am going to add the sausages. Just turn the eggs off. They've probably been done, but that's okay. Don't leave the spoon in there. This gets hot. It'll burn your hand. It happens to me a lot of times. I don't know when it's done. I know some people say do the wall test. I just do the mouth test. Maybe like another 3 minutes or so. But as this is cooking, I need to go figure out what I'm going to wear. I'll be back. I am going to strain these noodles now. So both parts of the spaghetti are done. We have the meat sauce done and we have the pasta done. So now I'm about to combine it. I remember growing up, my mom used to keep it separate. Maybe one day you will want more meat sauce or one day you'll want more pasta. I'm all about convenience because I'm always on the go. So we're gonna mix this spaghetti on up now and then we're gonna keep it moving. I'll show you the final product. I try to do it in parts so it can be like an even mixture, so it's not like I'm pouring the pasta and then all the sauce, and then you gotta stir it even more. So if I do it in parts, it makes it a little bit more evenly distributed. All right, so it's all mixed up. This is the final product. So this is spaghetti with butterball ground turkey and butterball turkey sausage, all mixed in with peppers and onions. So it is now 6:07. That took a long time. I blame it on the peppers. But even though it's 6 in the morning, we still need to do a taste test. So I'm just gonna put a little in this bowl. I'm gonna make sure I add a sausage. All right, so we got a little in this bowl, add a sausage. One thing I just remember is I did not put sugar in here like they told me to, because I figured maybe I should taste it first and then see if it hurts my stomach, because if not, I don't usually add sugar. So here we go. The doctor says you should chew your food a lot. That's why we be full so quickly or eating so much, because we don't chew our food a lot. One more second. Delicioso, delicioso. So I might as well not be wasteful and finish this. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe, and continue to blossom.